Sometimes a fictional story can show us a truth that's hard to see in real life. That's exactly what we're going to do here. We're going to use Abigail Rivers' short story, Your Husband, as a kind of case study to really look at how those subtle, corrosive relationship dynamics can play out. Let's get into it.
So the whole story kicks off with this text message. It's totally mysterious, right? It's like this anonymous warning shot that just lands in Abby's life and tells us, right from the jump, something is really wrong. And this message, it just hangs over every single thing that happens next.
Okay, so with that text message just sitting there in the back of our minds, we're dropped right into Boxing Day morning at Abby's house. And the first signs of trouble, they aren't some big dramatic fight. Nope. They're these quiet, little, unsettling moments of emotional distance.
The scene is just total chaos. You've got kids screaming, breakfast is a disaster, and Abby is completely overwhelmed. She looks over to her husband, Dale, for, a little help, a partner, but he's just gone. He's right there in the room, but he's emotionally checked out, completely lost at his phone. So what is actually going on here? Is he just tired, or is it something more? Well, let's break down Dale's specific actions, because when you look closely, you start to see a very clear pattern of manipulation and control.
The first tactic we see is withdrawal. You might have heard it called stonewalling. And this is not just about someone needing a little quiet time for themselves. It is a deliberate choice to shut a partner out, to create this cold, empty space where there should be connection. It's not passive at all. It's a really powerful form of control.
And here's the proof that this isn't a one-off thing. That phrase from the story, gaining compound interest, that is so crucial. It tells you this happens all the time. It's a recurring behavior, an emotional debt that just keeps growing bigger and more damaging every single time he does it.
All right, next up, gaslighting. This is a big one. It's a tactic designed to make the victim feel like they're the one who's the problem. It completely messes with their sense of reality, makes them doubt what they're seeing and feeling. The whole point is to make them think, wait, am I the crazy one here?
And this quote, it's a perfect example. Abby is having a totally understandable panic attack. Guests are about to show up, the house is a mess, she's stressed, but Dale twists it. He reframes her legitimate anxiety as some kind of negative vibe that she's bringing into the house, putting all the blame squarely on her.
Here's another really subtle but damaging tactic: undermining your partner as a parent. This is where you contradict their decisions, usually right in front of the kids. It creates confusion, and it sets up this dynamic of one fun parent and one mean parent, which is a powerful way to isolate your partner.
And we see exactly how this works with the kids. Abby tries to get them off their iPads, and what do? They throw Dale's earlier promise right back in her face. He completely set her up to be the bad guy, and he knew exactly what he was doing.
I think this is one of the most important things to see, the huge difference between the guy everyone else meets and the man Abby has to live with. To his friends, he's the charming host making amazing coffee, but behind closed doors, he's cold, he's cruel. This two-faced behavior is a classic sign of an abusive dynamic.
This brings us to another weapon in his arsenal: public humiliation. This is all about using an audience, friends, family, to make your partner feel small and foolish. It's an incredibly effective way to isolate someone and keep them under your control. Oh, this moment is just dripping with passive aggression. It's disguised as a harmless joke, right? But its real purpose is to shame Abby in front of everybody. He's painting this picture of her as some out-of-control drinker, making her the butt of the joke and the center of all this negative attention.
And then the humiliation gets even deeper.
It's not just what he says out loud, it's what he does when he thinks she can't see him. She just knows he's making fun of her to their guests, and that feeling reinforces her complete and utter isolation in her own home.
So all this tension has been building and building under the surface all day. Now the guests are gone, and that means the public performance is over. The pretense just vanishes, and everything that's been simmering is about to boil over.
And there it is. The mask is completely off. Abby just asks him a simple question, if he's okay, and his response is just loaded with contempt. The aggression isn't passive anymore. These words are weapons, and they are designed to intimidate her. This is such a powerful, gut-wrenching image from the story. His rejection of her becomes physical. He literally treats her like she is contaminated, like she's a disease. He's trying to make her feel absolutely worthless, communicating total disgust without saying a word. And his final words are the chilling cherry on top. He says it in a sing-song voice with a cruel smile on his face. It's a complete dismissal of her feelings, of her existence, as he just walks right out the door. So he's gone? The house is silent. You might expect Abby to just fall apart, right? But what happens next isn't despair. In the quiet aftermath of that brutal fight, Abby has a powerful moment of clarity. At first, she's just numb, almost like a zombie. She's putting the kids to bed, cleaning the kitchen, just going through the motions. And it's in those repetitive, mechanical actions that her mind finally gets some space. And in that quiet, something inside her finally shifts. This one sentence is the turning point for the whole story. She decides she doesn't care if she locks the door. She doesn't care what fault he'll find with it. This isn't about giving up. This is a moment of profound liberation. She's letting go of that impossible, exhausting task of trying to please him. And that decision leads her to this final act. She picks up her phone, the very thing that started this whole day with a giant question mark. Only now, she's not afraid of the answer anymore. Replying to that text isn't just about a message. It's about her choosing to face reality. It is her first real step toward getting her life back. So, this story really leaves us with a powerful question. For Abby, that first step was a simple decision to stop caring about his judgment. It makes you think. In any situation where you might feel lost or unheard, what is that one small decision, that single shift in your own perspective that could be the first step on the path back to yourself?